welcome our chief guest, Mr. Srinivas Dempo, escorted by our principal and coordinators. On behalf of the management, principal, staff, and students of the Gera school, I would like to welcome very specially the chief guest, Mr. Srinivas Dempo, members of the working committee of the PTA, parents, and our student council members, and all other parents and guests to the investiture ceremony of the Gera school. The investiture is a formal affirmation and public recognition of the leadership qualities of the designates. They are young and the road before them is long, but this leg of their leadership journey begins today. They will be tasked with various responsibilities even while receiving the firm support of the school and its staff and students in the carrying out of those responsibilities. Hereafter, may all of us work wisely and unitedly to make them successful, so that in the years to come, as they take their place in the sun beyond the portals of our school, the world will look up to them as beacons of light that will shine for their own fulfillment and that of others. Light, in its literalness and its figurative understanding, banishes the shadows and the darkness from our lives and presents us with enlightenment for the way forward and upward. We will now have the lighting of the lamp. I request Mr. Srinivas Dempo, Mr. Joseph, and our coordinators, Ms. Das and Ms. Gokhale, to come on stage and light the lamp. Give us so much strength, O Lord, that the faith in our hearts never wavers. May we walk the path of goodness and not make a mistake even accidentally. We will now have staff singing the prayer song, Itni Shakti Hame Dena Data.
शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, हम चले एक रास्ते पे हमसे, भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, जिंदगी दे मैं रहूं ना किसी का किसी से भावना में बदले की होना हम चले एक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना इतनी शक्ति हमें भी न रहा मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण फूल खुशियों की बातें सभी को सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन अपनी करुणा वजह तू बहा के कर दे पावन हर एक मन का कोना हम चले एक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना इतनी शक्ति हमें भी न रहा मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना
Thank you very much, teachers. Your sweet singing brought out the lovely message that this song has for all of us. Our chief guest for today is Mr. Srinivas Dempo. Mr. Srinivas Dempo is the chairperson of the Dempo Group of Companies, a company which has diversified interests in industries which include shipbuilding, food processing, real estate, and newspaper publishing. Mr. Dempo has been chairman of the Western region of the Confederation of Indian Industry and immediate past president of AIMA. He was elected the president of GCCI since July 2023. Mr. Dempo was named Honorary Vice Consul of Italy in Goa, India, and was also appointed Chairman of Automobile Corporation of Goa Limited, a Tata Group company. We all know about his long association with football, having patronized a premier football club. He was named among the 50 most influential people in Indian sports in the 2010 Sports Illustrated Power List as President and Chairperson of Dempo Sports Club. Mr. Dempo is Executive Council of Goa University, besides being associated with a number of non-governmental organizations performing human service to society, such as the Charles Correa Foundation, as also the Goa Cancer Society, whose president he is. He continues his multi-generational engagement with Goan society, which covers institutions and programs of higher education, cultural enrichment, environmental conservation, sporting excellence, and affirmative action under the Dempo Charities Trust and Vasantrao Dempo Education and Research Foundation. Amongst many others, Mr. Dempo has received the TEPA Achievement Award in recognition of his influential roles as chairman and managing director of the Dempo Group and in professional associations and civic organizations in India. We are honored to have you with us today, Mr. Dempo. May we request you to share with us your thoughts on this very special occasion.
A very good morning to all of you. Respected principal, coordinators of different sections of the school, teaching faculty, non-teaching staff, I see so many parents who I know very well and who are my friends. Dear students and ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, a big thank you from the bottom of my heart for having me in this school. I've heard so many good things about the Gera school, including my own nephew's study here. So I hear a lot of good things. I know that the kids are doing very well. And I must congratulate the management, the principal, everyone who contributes and works so hard for making the future citizens of India. And today is a very important day. I was just sharing a few of my thoughts with the principal and some of the staff members about today's ceremony, and it's all about leadership. Thanks for having me for this investiture ceremony. We are soon going to go for elections, so this is one jhalak of electoral politics. I was told that the all-rounders are nominated and then you elect them from the nomination. So it's a very healthy process that the school follows. I must compliment you. I was the head boy of Sharda Mandir, but there was no election. I was just nominated, and as he said, go and become the head boy. I think that's not a very good thing, but of course, with times you evolve, and I think the process is now much more healthier that students get to pick, your leaders. There's a lot to talk about, but since time is limited, I must tell you one thing, that we must focus on holistic development of our kids. It's great to be concerned about academics. I know that academics are important in life, but academics is not everything. So I was telling your teachers and your principal that, the new education policy that is now being discussed and debated and almost adopted by the government and for the people of India focuses on academic, holistic development of the child. And what do we mean by holistic development? I think a child has to nurture in its own environment, has to bloom in its own environment. And I think as institutions, it is our responsibility to give them that space to come out, to be a wonderful person, and then to understand what the challenges and the opportunities in the world are. What we do today is we sit in a classroom and we brainwash them. We say that 2 + 2 is 4, sun rises in the east, sets in the west, and without knowing the implications, we do a lot of rote learning. We somehow have to find a way to change that. I want to see a world where the students question more than the teachers ask them questions. Curiosity is one of the most important things in a kid. And I'm going to tell the kids here, however stupid you may seem, you must ask the question that comes in your mind. Nothing is stupid, But if you keep it inside your mind, and if you don't question your teachers in school and your parents at home, you will never be able to open up, and you will never be able to fire the passion in your life and then become true leaders. You have to find a way to dream your dream and find a way through the help of your teachers and your institutions and your parents at home to support you in fulfilling that dream. But of course, it comes with a lot of caveats. You can't dream at night in your sleep and say, it was a nice dream and forget about it. You need to work very hard towards your dream. Nothing comes easy. You need to understand that failure is a part of learning. I see a lot of people shun failure, and as it's really, really disturbing to see that as a society we shun failure. I think each child is different, each child is special, each child has got great qualities in him or her, and we must find a way to nurture it. And then focus on his or her leadership qualities. Each one of us here, each one of you, the child here, should inspire to be a true leader. Now, a leader should not be only the Prime Minister of the country. You can be leader in your own right, with a group of students, with a community, with society, in the things that you do, and you try and make a difference to the world. One more thing, when you work hard and when you become successful in life, you must also look around this, the society around you. You must imagine if you had to, bloom in an island where there is nobody else there, what is the impact of that blooming? It doesn't help you. So when you bloom and when you progress, you have to ensure that everybody around you progresses. And that's how probably the nation can become more powerful, the state can become more powerful. You know, undoubtedly over the next 2 decades, India is going to rule the world. So it's up to us, all of us, the oldies with gray hair like me and the youngsters, as to how are we going to capitalize on this? How are we going to make this India a more powerful nation by empowering the 140 crore Indians? Now, unfortunately, all of us can't get education like you and I have got. There are lots of people who struggle with basic amenities. So we must find ways to empower others with our education and learning. So a true leader is one who shares his power with others and makes sure that the people around them also become more powerful and more impactful. One thing that we must keep in mind, that as we grow and as we progress, you know, all of you all are brilliant kids, you know, you work very hard. Academics in today's world is not easy. You know, I find that to gain admission in Sri Ram College in Delhi, you have to take 99%. You know, I got 77% during my time and I was in the top 10 in the list. Today, 77%, you will not be anywhere. So while that happens, how do you develop your personality? How do you be more smarter, have more exposure? Because academics is just one part in life. And I'm by no means, because the parents are going to blame me if the students don't well. Please study hard. There's no two ways about it. But please give space to your kids for them to bloom and pursue their other co-curricular activities, whether it's sports, whether it's culture, whether it's dramatics, whether it's arts. You know, it's equally important to academics. You must divide your day. And one more thing that I want to tell the younger generation, while social media, digital empowerment, all this is very important, don't make it your life. You know, I think we get too much consumed by social media, you know, our digital devices. We are human beings at the end of the day. You can imagine I could have given the same lecture sitting in my AC office and talking to you guys. Would it make the same thing? And I'd like to meet you. I'd like to see you physically, you know. So we must understand, we must spend time with human beings. I get pretty distressed when I go to restaurants and I tell my daughters when I take them out, there are full families who come for dinner and all that they do is look at their mobiles for 2-3 hours that they're together. We should all make a thing that if we go as a family, we'll deposit our mobile phone somewhere, okay, and sit and talk to each other. It's very important to share your dreams with your parents, your dreams with your teachers. You know, if you just want to share your dream and see how many likes you got on Facebook, that doesn't change the world. I'm not saying don't get into social media. Social media is extremely important. It makes you efficient. It makes you keep in touch with the world. 1, 2, 3 final pieces of advice. Always read. And again, by reading, not Facebook, not Instagram, not Twitter. Read seriously. Whether you read it through, you know, your online medium or you read it through a hard copy, it doesn't matter. I read through a hard copy because if I read too much online, I have problems with my eyes. But read. If you read more and more, you'll start forming your own opinions. You know, today people read 3 lines and they say that I've got the news. You know, you don't go into depth. Secondly, extremely important to keep your health, to keep the pressures, you must keep your health intact. And if you want to keep your health intact, you must play some sport, some workout, some yoga, some meditation, whatever you like to do, whatever you enjoy. It's most important. I never start my day without working out. You know, people say that how do you create the time? I said, if you can sleep for 8 hours, you can do everything else. You know, you must take care, you must be disciplined. You know, I remember a very famous quote. Many of you all must have heard of a man called Dhirubhai Ambani. You know, he started very humble beginnings. Today his son is one of the richest men in the world. But you know, he got a stroke at 57. One of his arms gave way. And you know what he told his sons? He said, never neglect your health. You can hire the best brains in the world to run your business, but you cannot hire another body part. If it fails, how much ever money you may have in your bank balance is worthless and useless. So keep your discipline. You must sleep adequately. I know students who don't sleep at night during exams. You must play a sport. You must keep your physical fitness. And you must give enough time to whatever you like to do. Studies are important. Fueling your passion is important. Pursuing, if you like to paint, if you like to act, go and spend time. This is how you become leaders. Because leadership qualities encompass everything. While academics is important, we have to go into the all-round development. And I'm happy when I talked to the principal, I heard Gera school is doing so many things in this direction. He says each child is different for us. We like to cultivate creativity in them. They have to form their own opinions, their own mind. And for heaven's sake, let's be patient with each other. When I talk to you, these are my views. This is not a sermon. You don't have to agree everything that I say. And I have to be humble enough to listen to you and say, today what it is, this is my way or highway. I say something means it's right. You see the kind of debates, the trolling which happens on social media. This is not good for the world. We have to be patient with each other, and it's very important. Again, I'm coming to leadership. If you are a good leader, you must be a good listener. You must be humble enough to express others' opinions, to take others' opinions when you have a decision making. In my office, I take decisions, but I listen to everyone individually. And I tell my executives, all my executives, please don't say things which please me. I have not hired you for that. Challenge me, defy me, open my mind, because I am also a human being. I'm not some God who understands everything. So we must understand, be open, be patient with others. You can't form groups in your class and say, I am for this and you are for this. That happens only in sports. But after 90 minutes of football, you should go and hug each other and say that the game is over. So I hope I've been able to convey whatever I feel is important to cultivate leadership. I do not want to take much more of your time. I know that all of you all are waiting for your leaders to come on stage and present themselves. I wish the head boy, head girl, all the prefects, the class monitors, all the best. Again, whatever I have said, if you can practice, will be great with all your fellow colleagues around, all your fellow students around. Motivate them. Everybody works hard. The flag of the school should fly high, and the flag of the state and the nation should fly high. All the best. And I don't know whether you all have finished your exams, but if there's any exams coming in, don't stress too much. Give your best. And, I'm sure all of you individually here will do very well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wise, insightful, and heartwarming words. Where no walls divide you, you're free as a roaring tide. Rise above your fears and inhibitions to make your life worthwhile. Brianna Sigil from grade 7 will now sing the song Born Free.
As free as the wind blows, as free as the grass grows, born free to follow your heart. Live free, and beauty surrounds you. The world still is down to you each time you look at a star. Stay free where no roads divide. living, but only worth living, 'cause you're born free. Stay free where no walls divide you. You're free as a rolling tide, so there's no need to hide. Born free, and life is worth living, but only worth living, 'cause you're born free. Thank you.
Thank you, Brianna. That was truly melodious. We request our principal, Mr. Carol Joseph, to address us.
Mr. Dempo, Ms. Daydream, Ms. Das, teachers, parents, and my dear students. Good morning to you all and welcome to our third investiture ceremony. First of all, Mr. Dempo, thank you very much for being here. I was telling you how staff and students of your school remember you warmly, even though you're not directly associated with the school in their day-to-day functioning, and yet you make time out for them. You have words of wisdom for them. So I can only envy what your executives, whom you mentioned, whom you meet on a daily basis, what nuggets of wisdom you must give them on a daily basis where they learn it straight from you day in and day out. I'm sure all the nuggets of wisdom that you shared with us so generally. Thankfully, we have videos which they will watch because there were many of them, and they will imbibe your lessons over time. On Prize Day, we give away quite a few prizes for excellence and for hard work and grit. And all of those are very special because they salute the human spirit of grit, of determination, of tenacity, perseverance, self-belief, toil, when people were there, when people were not there. One of the most special are the ones that we give the leadership awards. Because in that, while you do for yourself, leadership when done well is all about giving of yourself to others. It begins with self-leadership, but doesn't end there. You have the real leaders are the ones who serve well, who bring out, as I was saying, the best in others, who inspire others to be the very best that they can be. And that's what makes me the Leadership Awards very special awards. Leadership, as those of you who have been in leadership positions before would know, is a journey into yourself, into the inner landscape of your mind, your heart, your soul. Because you talk to yourself, and I hope right from our junior prefects, right? You've got Mishti and seven of you, I've got 7 of them there. I hope you will ask yourself, talk to yourself daily. You will then know, was I courageous today or was I faint-hearted? You will know whether you worked your hardest or you delegated work to the rest. Did you pull your weight or did you throw your weight? Did you stand in front and say the buck stops with me, or did you look for someone to hang when things didn't go right? Were you there for others or were you there for yourself? And so when we talk of leadership, while tangible achievements are there and targets are important, leadership will really tell us about the person we are. And we need leaders. If we are Robinson Crusoe on an island, then we don't need leaders. You get 2, 3, 4 people, and you will need someone to tell them what to do. Or there are 2, 3, 4 people climbing a mountain, you need one person to say, okay, today we go here, tomorrow we go there, day after we go there, this is where we stop, this is where we start. So the world needs people to lead. It doesn't mean the rest are just followers, because everyone gets a time to lead. But leadership throughout the year will test your character. And that's why they say if you want to test a man's character, give him power. So in a sense, all of you have been, when you are invested in office, you will be given some power. But is this the same as authority? No. As someone said, power and authority are sold separately. Power and authority are sold separately. You may be given power, but you may not be able to lead with authority. That comes intrinsically. That comes when you lead by influence. And how do you do that? By doing all the things that Sir spoke about and which I talked about earlier. Will you have a vision for yourself and for others? Will you be there to work the hardest? Will you lead by example? Will you show empathy? Will you be fair to others? Will you not look after only a particular group? You will do as your oath says, carry out your duties without fear or favor. In a church, if this were a church, this will be the pulpit where the priest speaks, and those will be the pews where the parishioners, the faithful, will gather. Martin Luther said, in his journey he realized, leadership will not flow from the pews to the pulpit. Leadership has to flow from the pulpit to the pews. So people will, your students, your peers, all the ones right from as little as they get and as little as they understand to recognize you as a leader, they will look to you for leadership. You will make your mistakes. You will fall, you will falter. But then, again, as he said, it's part, if you never fail, you'll never achieve anything. You wouldn't have tried anything possibly if you don't fail. And you will have the support of all while in your journey. But all of you must be leaders. And I move now to the rest of those, some who expected to be there but weren't there. We've got a lot of new faces this year. It's not the same old faces. There, I think at last count there were 14 new faces. And it's important that all of us don't say, oh, they are the leaders. No. All of us must want to lead, because all of us are called upon at some point in time in our lives to lead. It's not about having a badge or a position. It's about being a leader at a particular time, and it can only start when you work on yourself. That's why I said leadership is a journey into your inner self. You don't have to lose heart. Just remember Gaurang Korgaonkar. He joined us in our first year, and his roll number is 001. He's the first student of our school. He's now in his 7th academic year, and in his 7th academic year, he gets nominated. Gaurang 001 is better than 007 then. But when I asked him what he said, oh, I didn't expect it. I thought it would be, I thought I had done something wrong. Was I in trouble? Why was I being called to the principal's office? And in fact, that was the refrain of quite a few. And I said, that's good, no? When you didn't expect it, you just did the right things. May I always tell you, don't be ambitious for targets. Don't be ambitious for positions. Be ambitious for the way you want to lead your life. Be ambitious for the way, the code by which you will live by. The code by which you will live. The standards you will set for yourself. If you've got homework to do, do it well. Do it punctually. If you've got someone to look after, look after. If you've got to be respectful to your teachers and elders and your peers, be respectful. Don't be bigoted. Be a unifying force, not a force that divides. Do the right things, and the right things will come to you. So don't lose heart. Gaurang waited 6 years. It took 6 years for Gaurang. It might take you 12 years. It might take you 18 years. But you do the right things, and one day you will be in a position where you will be able to share all your wisdom and all your expertise with others. Remember, I didn't talk about the position, because the ones who really are leaders don't really set out to lead. They're just there to help. That's my cue to stop. Henry Kissinger, when asked about past presidents, would say, what past presidents would make them successful? And he says, successful presidents never focused on their limitations. They've just focused on their possibilities. So don't say, I'm not Marcel, I'm not Zara, I'm not Gaurang, I'm not this. You're yourself. You just be the best version of yourself. I was telling Mr. Dempo that we have a varied program, and we're going to keep adding to those programs so that everybody gets a chance to shine. Whether it's clubs, whether it's different activities, and hopefully now with the activities captain and the student council will be more involved in expanding the curricular program so that everybody has holistic education. Make the most of it. I'm going to make you hear one clip. Lakshdeep, you ready? This is from The Matrix, right? Lakshdeep?
I know what you're trying to do. I'm trying to free your mind, Nia. But I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it.
For all the examples that they will set, for all the guidance, student council, you will get through the year. We will show you the door. You have to walk through it. Only you can walk through it. And only you, when you have walked through it, it will be, so much will be incumbent on you to then explore a world and be yourself and be the best version of yourself. On behalf of the management, on behalf of all your staff, I wish all our students here, all, the very best in self-leadership, and I wish our student council the very best in their journey. May you lead yourselves and take this community to a height they've not seen before. The very best. God bless.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the investiture ceremony begins. Before they receive their badges and then take the oath, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, please refrain from clapping or cheering as this is a solemn occasion. Once all the students get their badges and take their oath, we will give them a united round of applause. school appointments are now requested to move forward as per the order called. May I call upon the primary coordinator, Ms. Suparna Das, to pin the badges for the junior prefects. Yuvan Bansal. Alan Harikandar. Marquez Menezes. Vidur Timblo. Mishti Kalra. Nathaniel Moreira. Zale Fernandez. We will now invest the middle school prefects in office. May I call upon our two assistant coordinators, Ms. Neha Bambolkar and Ms. Lizelle Montez, to pin the badges for the first set of grade prefects. Akshara Pai Angle. Miraya Chandra. Kyle Sharma. Zian Nariman. Adya Auti. Sarvadnya Bhise. May I call upon the middle school and IGCSE coordinator, Ms. Deirdre Gokhale, to pin the badges on the grade prefects of grades 7 and 8. Naisa Virani. Samaira Kamath. Tejas Shirodkar, Isabella Mevara, Samyak Lunia, Kiara Jhunjhunwala, Ruddhi Rajani, Tia Virani, Shreed Valavalkar, I now request our principal, Mr. Joseph, to come on stage and pin the badges on our school prefects. Vivan Gracious, Neil Patil, Zoya Braganza, Manar Sheikh, Hannah Wallace, We will now invest the house captains. We will go in alphabetical order of the houses. May I call upon the house coordinators of Hercules and Pegasus, Ms. Aditi Silvera and Ms. Natania da Costa Lopez, to do the honors for Amaya Mevara and Reva Kulkarni respectively. Hercules House, Amaya Mevara. Pegasus House, Reva Kulkarni. May I call upon the House Coordinators of Phoenix and Polaris, Ms. Lizelle Montes and Ms. Shabina Sheikh, to do the honors for Megan Poe and Ilahe Srinivasan respectively. Phoenix House, Megan Poe. Polaris House, Ilahe Srinivasan. I request Gaurang Korgaonkar, Kanish Chimalkar and Dhriti Mukherjee to step forward. I now request Mr. Joseph and our chief guest, Mr. Dempo, to please come on stage to pin the badges for the final set of members of the Student Council. Activities Captain Kanish Chimalkar. Sports Captain Gaurang Korgaonkar. School Editor Dhriti Mukherjee. I request Marcel Padgaonkar and Zara Bajaj to step forward. Head boy Marcel Padgaonkar. Head girl Zara Bajaj. We request our principal and our chief guest to hand over the school flag to Marcel and Zara. The Student Council will now be administered the oath.
We, the members of the Student Council, promise to fulfill our duties to the best of our abilities, without fear or favor, for the glory of our school and the true benefit of our fellow students. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, would you please put your hands together loud and long for our Student Council of 2024-2025. Congratulations, all of you.
We now request our head boy, Marcel Padgaonkar, followed by our head girl, Zara Bajaj, to share their thoughts with this august gathering on this occasion.
Good morning, Honorable Chief Guest, Principal, Coordinators, Teachers, Parents, and fellow students. Before I begin, I would like to congratulate each and every one of the council members sitting here today. Everyone has done an amazing job and deserves to be here. From a wayward young lad to your newly elected head boy, I've had modest gains in this journey. Your trust and confidence in me are deeply appreciated and valued, and I am committed to serving our school community with integrity. In each step of our journey, we have changed a lot. However, there is one thing that did not change: the connection between us. Being a head boy was more than just a dream to me. It was a vision. Whether it was having meetings with the council or helping the student body or bringing out the best in every student I can, I wanted it. I want to emphasize the value of the voice of our student body. This straightforward yet effective tool allows students to express their opinions and ideas. We will offer a forum for positive discussion and significant change, regardless of age or gender. Your opinions are valuable, so I strongly urge every one of you to use this chance to express your ideas and help our school community get better. Let's use our student body's combined knowledge and inventiveness to solve problems and promote a growth mindset. Finally, I want to better the already strong relationship between the student community and faculty. We are here to act as advocates for constructive change on behalf of the interest of the school. We have not been appointed to give orders. Rather, it is our responsibility to listen, interact, and act in our students' best interest. I'm dedicated to opening up lines of communication, creating connections based on mutual respect and cooperation, making sure each and every individual feels supported, heard, and respected. Let's work together to create a school community where each person's voice is valued. In conclusion, I want to express my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you for entrusting me with the privilege of serving as the school head boy. To the staff, I promise to work hard every single day to bring out the best in me and my fellow students. Let's embark on this journey together with optimism, determination, and a shared commitment to excel. Thank you for your support. I look forward to working alongside all of you to make our school a place where each student can thrive and succeed.
Leo Eric Varadkar, a former Irish Prime Minister, said, "One part of leadership is knowing when the time has come to pass on the baton, and then having the courage to do it. That time is now." However, I believe a big part of leadership is also having the courage to take the baton, and that time is now. Good morning, Honorable Chief Guest, Principal, staff, parents, and students. It is truly an honor to stand before you all today as your newly elected head girl of the Gera School. There are many qualities a leader should possess: strength, toughness, intelligence, and so on. For me, one of the most important qualities to have is having a vision. My vision for this school is to promote initiative. The first step to this vision is making this year's student council function at its best possible level. We will make it a point to meet regularly to resolve student body issues and brainstorm ways to improve the different verticals of our school and its curriculum, in and out of the classroom. The success of this method will depend on the solutions and ideas that come from us and the student body, and our collective will. Initiative is also enabling the student council to broaden the scope for themselves. If anyone has a new idea that will add more dimension to their role, I will make sure that they can come to the council so we can discuss the best way to work with it. With the guidance of the faculty and administration, we will turn student ideas into action. We have amazing events here. I mean, look around. Let's channel that into our house project by starting the preparations head on. This doesn't only promote initiative by including the students to work for a better cause, but it also gets our school name out there. If we do so well here, we can make a change in the outside world. My vision can stay just a vision, but I'm on a mission to make it a reality. To conclude, I want to thank you all. To the student body, thank you for electing me and giving me a chance to make a change. The principal and staff, thank you for nominating me and having faith in me by giving me this opportunity. I promise to make you, the office of head girl, proud. Let's make this year the best year the Gera School has ever seen. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcel and Zara. May you inspire a generation of students with sterling leadership. May you be inspired to go on to fulfill a destiny that is meant to be uniquely yours. I now request our middle school and IGCSE coordinator, Ms. Deirdre Gokhale, to propose the vote of thanks.
Once again, congratulations, students, to all of you. It's my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks for the Investiture Ceremony 2024-2025. I express my deepest gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Srinivas Dempo, a prominent leader not just in education, but also in entrepreneurship, for gracing the occasion and for the inspiring words shared today. Thank you, sir. Thank you, parents, for being here today and all the days up to today. Their achievements are in no small measure a consequence of your nurture. I extend my gratitude to our principal, Mr. Joseph, for his consistent and continuous support and meticulous planning and guidance to our MCs. Ms. Manjita Joshi for holding this show together, to Ms. Sonia, Ms. Aditi, and Ms. Blessy for the lovely rendition of the prayer song. Thank you, Brianna Shiljil, for the beautifully sung song, Born Free. Your talent and passion were very evident today. Thank you, Ms. Aditi, for skillfully training and assisting both staff and students for their song performance today. A special thanks to our admin team, headed by Mr. Sadesh. I know we have said this before, but I will say it again. Words are not enough to appreciate the round-the-clock efforts put in by the team. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan, Lakshmadeep, and all the Didis and Bhaias for making this event possible. A special thanks to Ms. Michelle, Ms. Gitanjali, and Ms. Valerie for timely assistance. Thank you to all our student volunteers, Chantal and Noam, for all the assistance on stage. Thank you to our events coordinator, Ms. Hetal Gangani, for stitching together the big and small details of a successful program. Thank you to all our students who have been an enthusiastic part of this electoral process. The Student Council will count on your continued support. And thank you, everyone, for being a wonderful and patient audience. Thank you once again. I request everyone in the auditorium to please rise for the national anthem.